Here's part 3 of the box build. Just went out and got a decent router bit. This is a dear one. Once I've been using, I broke a flush mount just doing the port, so got a good one. I don't want to screw one up when I'm doing the axle box. Also got a shitload of Red Bull. Anyway, so just going to now put in the terminals, like the bolts in the back. Now, normally you could use, standard old speaker terminals in the back. I don't want to do them. Other times I've just ran the wire through the box, and again, you can't, it's a pain in the ass. So with this box, I want to be able to remove it. So I want to be able to have it in the car, undo some bolts, done, take the whole thing out. So what I'm going to do is I bought a rod of steel here, threaded steel, as you can see, like a bolt, and I'm going to cut every 6 centimeters. Okay, got my little bits there. So just on the back of the box there, I'll have the negatives and the positives. Just going to practice on the piece of wood first. So I want to drill a hole that's not big enough, you know what I mean, or just not big enough so it threads in rather than, falls in. Threading was pretty easy. All you do is you put one nut on, okay, then you put another nut on, and then you just use a, what do you call it, a socket bit, and do them up. Some of these threads were a little messed up to start with, so I just got the little angle grinder bit on the Dremel and just touched up the thread. Okay, so now I've flipped her over, and we're going to do the legs. So the legs will pretty much come to about there, roughly, where that line is, and I'm going to have a piece of wood that, MDF, it covers the port, covers the front below the port, but so I just got to cut these off, okay, and then make little legs with that one. Gonna have 1, 2, 3 legs per piece, and the total height of it, will be 10 centimeters under the box. So then I've got the room for the amps and everything, and yeah, so I'm just gonna make this today, and I'll be attaching it to the box. Initially I thought I'd screw through the box, but it's a bit big for that, so I've got all these L brackets. Cut the big ones, cut the small ones up. They're all pretty good actually, so yep, nothing's attached yet, but anyway. So I've just got to put 2 screws into each leg, and then the L bracket will be from this leg into the axle box. That's all 3 made now. No, they're all one piece now, not attached to the box yet. Now if you're thinking that probably is a little bit too much room there for 12mm, it is, but that's, as I said, I've got to cut, see this overhang? So that's got to go. Lined them up and I've put holes and I've done them. And even though they're all the way in those screws, they don't come through at all. Okay, so they're actually pretty solid. There's 2 legs attached, and I've just got the weights on them because I want the glue underneath the real push down and set. So that's why I put the weights on them. That's all the legs attached. And I've got weights on all of them to keep them down while they glue. That end one was the worst one, so more weight on him. That's what I designed. I like it when they come together nicely. There we go, so that was pretty good there. That's the back, and we come around the front. And we've got that, which is underneath, and the 12mm down there, and the amps underneath. And then also, once it slides over, the back of the amp is like here, so I can get a screwdriver and adjust the gains and all that stuff underneath it. Now it's time for 45's. So these are my practice ones. They're not too bad. 45's are partly in. Yes, it got a little messy there with the silicone, but I assure you, it's actually not that thick. It's just, yeah, messy. Because I got my glove on and then it got messy, and yeah, whatever. Anyway, they're in there. So there's 45's that way. There, all the port. So all I got to do is the back and up top, like up. Just want to point out, see little triangles, just to cover up those holes there too. So there's silicone down, and there's also on the front bits there. Brings us to the end of part 3, and so that's all the 45's done, as you can see around there. Down there, and the back now. So that'll give it a nice flow. Some nice joins there. As I said, I screwed up these ones just a little bit, but I mean, that doesn't look too bad. But I, got better at it there. These are really the only 45s I've ever done. I did one 45 in that old box, which by the way is for sale if anyone locally wants it. $50. Anyway, so that looks okay. So we'll see how that goes. That should all dry. It looks a little messy around here. When you look through the port though, that's the only spot you actually get to see any of it. It doesn't look too bad though. So anyway, that's it. That's the end of part 3. Got the legs out of the way today. Got all the 45s done, and we got the bolts done last night. So tomorrow I'm going to put the top on and flush mount it.